Hey everybody, and welcome to What's Groovin'. I'm your host, Disorderly Cone, with some cool new lights and the Neat-O-Matic. Let's go ahead and get started with Metal Earth. Looking at this website right away, we can see we have a new model here, and it seems like they're putting out a new model almost every single week. This is the Mark 85 Iron Man suit, and doesn't that thing look absolutely immaculate? It looks so smooth, especially in comparison to the previous model that we had, which a lot of veterans out there know for a long time was considered one of the most difficult models out there in Metal Earth. Just to ring some bells here, we can take a look at it. That's what it looks like right there. Again, that's the whole gold and red. This one here, a lot more breakier, especially now when you look at it in comparison to the whole brand new Mark 85 suit. Now, these kind of more cylindrical, kind of more smooth models tend to be a lot harder because of all these smooth surfaces that we have to achieve. I'm really interested to see how this one actually all comes together, and I know a lot of you out there are interested too. Pretty interesting Marvel model. I wonder if they're going to release some other suits in the future. Okay, now before we move on to another place, I just want to real quickly go back here. Redditor actually mentioned this last week, and I should have realized it. But if we go over to the brand new Lord of the Rings models that are released, if we take a little bit look at this little 360 here, we can see that the back of our tower is completely missing. I mean, that's a really weird design choice. Now, mind you, there might be a reason for it. We can't judge something before it's released, right? But just looking at this, having that open back would suggest that this model would actually be very rickety when it's put up on display. Now, if this is coned in some way, if this has some kind of way where the edges kind of come down a little bit more narrow, that might lend itself to have some more supports. But right now, just looking at this, I mean, the base has virtually nothing. There's no square at the bottom. It's just a curved edge. I mean, there's some detail in the front, but there is it looks like it's a curved bottom there. Yeah, just like a curved bottom like that. Again, I want to reserve any kind of real harsh criticism until we see it take place. I'll definitely build this one on the channel when it comes out. Again, I am a fan of Lord of the Rings, just I haven't been a massive fan of the new series. I have tried to give it this chance the best I possibly could. It's just really slow right now. With that being said though, let's go ahead and jump over to something a little bit different. These are our friends over at MU. Now, MU is a fantastic metal model creator. They've been in the game for a long time, and they've created some pretty interesting models. This is their brand new category. Looking at it, you can see there's a lot of traditional models here right away, but they're so intricate. Now, one thing to know about these models is that they do tend to use a little bit thinner metal, but not the metal that is like the tube bend metal. That's the really, really thin stuff. If you actually test it, sometimes it comes out as tin, believe it or not. But yeah, they use the proper steel. It just feels like it's a little bit thinner than normal. But that being said, the coloring, the detail on these models is absolutely amazing. Let's take a quick little look at one real quickly here. But again, a lot of these are a little bit more traditional. It seems right now that for some reason, I actually can't click. I see. Okay, so their website is actually just going to link me over to the Amazon site. That's interesting. When I was playing with this a little bit earlier, I had some other results. Anyway, looking at this right here, we can see that there's quite a bit of detail here. But like I said, it's a little bit different than what we're used to with some of the other metal model manufacturers out there. The detail, while very pretty, well, Amazon's giving me a hard time. Do me a favor, Neat-O-Matic, do your best to try to steady this up for me. Thanks. Oh, no, you're not helping. Okay, anyway, if we look a little bit closer there, you're not being helpful at all. If we look a little bit closer, thank you, we can see that the metal there is made out of brass. That brass metal tends to be a little bit softer, and with its coloring on it, I would question how well it's going to stick together. But honestly, I haven't really built any MU models here on the channel. I have built some MU models myself in the past. I actually have Thor's armor that I've been meaning to build, I should say, for quite a long time. I just haven't got around to doing it. It's a very big build, but we should definitely tackle that soon. That's to be something to do in the cool new studio. But like like I said, going back here real quickly, we can look at some other ones, and I really do want to show you some of the ones they're actually more known for, which is their Transformers models. These Transformer models are absolutely insane, and the detail on them is incredible. Our friend Animate Orange over at his channel, he actually built a couple of these, and you should definitely take a look at some of the reviews he's done on them. They're very extensive, and again, these guys are absolutely amazing. They're huge models when they're done, and again, if you're looking for something really big with a ton of parts and some complexity, these guys right here might be what you're looking for. I mean, just look at these guys. Okay, real quickly here, let's see if we can just click on him. See, this time I didn't go to Amazon. I don't know what's going on here, but let me see if I can make these pictures a little bit bigger. But as you can see, the detail here is very intricate. We got that black, we got that purple, and again, all these different details coming together to create something really awesome. MU, great job on the Transformers series, and if you guys haven't checked them out already, you definitely should. Okay, now that we've conquered onto them, let's go over to our friends over at Iron Star. Now, Iron Star is an interesting company. To be totally honest with you, when they first started, some of their models that they released weren't the greatest. They weren't very detailed, and a couple of them were very easy to break. But as time has gone on, they definitely improved these with a heavy emphasis on space models. And I gotta say, some of their space models are really, really neat. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of them right now. So right away, we can already see some pretty cool models. We have the whole Iron Star 3D metal model puzzle, Challenge 5, Long March 5 series. This is a pretty cool little model, as you can see, has a lot of different intricate details, and the color of the metal here is really important too. Sometimes they include different actual pieces of colored metal, while other times it's a print on. This one here though looks like it's actually, no, there's definitely some print on the panels there, but still, that is a really neat looking model, I gotta say. And $38, I mean, not too bad, not too bad. And again, Iron Star is a company that really has improved their build quality, and I should really build one of these models here on the show soon, just to be able to compare all these different manufacturers and show you guys a video right to your face, and you can make your own decisions from that. Okay, going back onto here though, we can look back here. Look at this guy. This is super cool, $17. That's a wicked looking little hovercraft. I mean, that thing is awesome. Look at this thing. That is so cool. Like, what? That detail, that is really neat. Like that is, I mean, it's silver, which that's okay. I mean, some of these models, especially the military models, look pretty good in silver, but that is awesome, man. Very cool. Very, very cool. But again, $17.46, not bad at all. And again, these models are pretty interesting. If you want to check them out, you're gonna have to go onto the old AliExpress to be able to check them out. But again, worth doing, might take some time to get to you, but if you can wait, you might have some cool models on your hand. Now, the next thing we need to talk about is our friends over at Metal Time's Kickstarter campaign. They have actually doubled their goal, which again, guys, congratulations on this. This is a really awesome campaign, and if you guys haven't heard about it already, you definitely should take a quick little look at this. There's gonna be links down in the description below, but definitely take a quick little gander. These guys are recreating the Myriad aircraft. This was destroyed by the Russians in the beginning of the invasion. If you're looking to help the Ukrainian people in a really kind of interesting way and receive something that you're really going to enjoy building, this is the project for you. These guys are taking this massive, massive aircraft and have created this really awesome metal model for us to be able to build. The thing is, it's a lot different than your typical metal model company. With Metal Time, these guys really go a step above when it comes to their engineering. And they also really love to create a community around the models that they make. I love these guys. They're super supportive of the channel, and I want to do my best to be able to support them and get this campaign out to the highest possibility. So if you haven't already checked this out yet, you definitely should. Again, all types of really cool models on here, not just the Myriad aircraft, which is a pretty freaking big model, but this week, because they actually reached target, they're releasing a little miniature version of the Myriad aircraft if you order with them, which I think is a really cool little thing. Again, this is the picture of the Myriad aircraft. It looks pretty awesome. Again, 408 pieces. This is a pretty difficult model to build, being registered at an 8. And again, 20 hours of building. This is not a rush through model. This is a model that you take your time with. Kind of like a fine whiskey, you kind of want to sip on this. You don't want to chug it down. You don't want to build this thing real quickly. You want to take your time with it. And as you take your time, you'll get an appreciation for what you're doing and really understand the mechanics of how this whole thing works. I really love the whole mechanical side of metal models, and this is a really good example of some really interesting ways to get this done. Now getting real quickly back here to the program, you can kind of see the exploded version of the massive version of the aircraft. Inside all of their kits, you typically do get yourself a really nice pair of gloves to kind of clean the thing as you're either building it or once you're finished building it, cleaning it as you touch it. Very interesting stuff. The other thing is the rasp and of course the pliers there. Both of them are very much needed for the construction of this. You're going to be using a lot of those two tools right there. And there's also the instructions and of course all the materials needed to build this. No glue, my friends, no glue. And of course, if you order it from the Kickstarter, you're going to get a whole bunch of really cool extras too that you're not going to be able to get when this is on sale afterwards. Now, some other really neat ones here. They do have a couple of other planes, which again, look really awesome. But one thing I love, and I got to show you guys, is the really awesome, look at this UFO. I mean, look at this UFO. Look how it works. Look at the colors. I mean, look how big this thing is. This is something that you want on your desk. And the best part about this, the very best part about this, there's a bloody cow at the bottom. There's a cow at the bottom of the model. That is exactly what we all needed. And I know you are just as excited as I am right now. You want that. And we're gonna get that, don't worry. But we gotta invest inside of the campaign to be able to get that. There's also some really awesome other ones as well. The trains here are super well engineered, and if you're a train person, this is something that I've actually been starting to get a little bit more into. I'm not gonna say I'm experienced in any way. I am definitely the newbie when it comes to the whole train world, but as a kid, I loved trains, and now as an adult and as I get older, I have a whole new appreciation for them, and seeing all these different modelers out there and what they're able to do with their really cool sceneries and of course train stations and their whole model setups, it's really interesting to see how they put that whole set together. But anyway, getting back to metal models, these ones right here are super cool. They even have a version of the Polar Express, which I think is something that is near and dear to my heart. I love that movie, especially near Christmas time. This would be a really neat piece to be able to work into a display somehow, which I want to do a video on how to display metal models somehow, and I might do that in the Christmas season in the future here. Now again, guys, these are all the models that are being released here. Here's the pledges. Again, if you're interested, links are going to be down in the description below. Metal Time, guys, again, congratulations on doubling your goal. I can't wait to see where this campaign ends, and right now there's about 15 days left. Okay, now that we've done our friends over at Metal Time, let's take a quick little look at another Ukrainian company, which is Time for Machine. Now, these guys are another Ukrainian company, and they're also looking for our support. They have some pretty awesome models on here that are definitely one of a kind. They got some remote control models on here, and also a really awesome watch. Now, we've built other models from these guys in the past, and I gotta say, their engineering is really solid. Now, I will be honest with you, the train that I built did have some moving problems, but we all know that that was as a result of an error that was in the Kickstarter models. But now that those things are worked out, these guys actually serve a really solid product. And if you're looking for a really awesome mechanical model, these guys might be where you want to take a look. Now, one thing that immediately stands out to me is this time creator. I love this little thing. This watch looks so cool. It was part of their Kickstarter a while back. And I gotta say, I mean, just look at that. That thing looks really cool with its whole like stainless steel look. Now again, this one is completely digital. We can take a quick little look here through the specs, and you can take a quick gander there, but we can see that the colors there are red 623. Again, super cool. I would love to have this one. I might try to order it soon and see if we can build it here on the show and see how that whole thing actually comes together. One other thing I'm really interested though in is those RC models. Let's go back real quickly and take a quick look at those. The RC models here, yeah, there we go. You know what? Let's look at this shirt. I think this is a really cool vehicle. This is an all-terrain vehicle that pretty much is impossible to roll over. This is a really neat piece of kit. There's actually YouTubers out there that have built the entire thing from scratch. These things are really cool. But this being a model that we actually control with a remote control, I'm really interested to see how the metal model world handles it, especially after we built that Wood Wow tank. Those things are super interesting to me. I love to see the RC. I love the evolution of this, and we are one step step closer, my friends, to having an actual flying drone metal model. That would be really cool. Now, going back real quickly, yes, these models tend to be a little bit more on the pricier side, but you have to understand, both with Metal Time and of course Time for Machine, these are premium metal models, and most of them are mechanical. So these are really the top tier kind of area when we're talking about 3D metal models. All right, now that we've looked at our friends over here, let's go over to another company that we've kind of not talked about in the last couple of videos, but we definitely need to. These are our friends over at the Moyu Store. The Moyu Store is an awesome place to find all kinds of unique models to build. Some of them mechanical, but really they have all different kinds of things on there. If you're looking for something super unique, these are the places you want to take a look. Now let me take a little scroll here through their brand new section and maybe you'll see what I mean. Now right away you can tell these aren't your typical 3D metal models, kids. No, these are bolts and these are screws. A lot of their models are like this, and that's what makes them so unique. Also, your feedback goes into how these are actually formed. They actually create new ones all the time, and if there's an issue with one of them, they can easily fix it and also fix the instructions, which I think is really cool too. Now, just scrolling through here, you can see they have all different kinds, again, of different models. I love the dinosaurs there, but one thing I kind of wanted to show you real quickly was some of their bigger series. Now, on the show, we've built some of their bigger stuff. Let me just see here. Let's go to their mech series real quickly so you can see what I mean by some of their bigger stuff. Now on the show, we've created all kinds of cool stuff with these guys. We've created a really neat anglerfish, a chameleon, a Taurus, or a bull I should say, and most recently, a little tiger back there. And I'm working on that video, it's just taking a little bit of time. But I will say, that is a really cool model. That thing is really awesome. Okay, fine, give me 1 second, guys. This is beautiful. Beautiful. This thing is absolutely amazing. The wings are a little bit cockeye right now, and that's because I'm not really showing it the way I'm supposed to. We just decided to do this on a little bit of a whim. But, wow, this was a really cool build. Again, the Moyu Store knocks these things out of the park. And that's what I'm saying. When you see builds like that on there, and you wonder yourself, is that actually going to go together? Yes, it does go together. And a lot of these actually have really neat functions. I'm going to put this down real quickly before I break it. And we can't film the other video. But what other things do we got on here real quickly? We have a watch. Oh, look at that one. That's super cool. I love the whole watch mech. I have a super guilty pleasure for watches, especially when they involve mechs. That looks really cool. I may have to try to grab that one. That's neat. But there's other ones too on here. There's all kinds of neat spiders and everything you could possibly imagine. This is definitely a website you deserve to scroll through. And who knows, you might find one project, you're probably gonna end up finding about 100, which is not good for your wallet, but great for that creativity scratch. But that, guys, brings us to the end of our What's Grooving episode 3. I had a really good time scrolling through the internet, showing off cool projects with you. And if you guys had a good time, don't forget to press that like button. And if you're new here, press subscribe too, as we got all kinds of cool projects coming up on the way. And we also do this news video at least once a week. We try to do once a week, but you know, things get in the way. We do our best around here. I hope you guys had a good time. Links are always down in the description below. Have a great week and keep building. All right, now we really need to get down on this whole sound thing. The echo is really brutal.